So I started dancing when I was 5 years old with classical ballet. I was always observing all of these ballerinas around me because I was the only man, and I was always thinking, I would really love to be one of them because of a certain sense of grace of how they were moving and the culture that was built around it. It was very imaginative and I could really dream. So I really became interested in wanting to be a part of them. Somehow I suppose that was the start of the work. And now I'm working more in the contemporary arts. I'm queer and I'm black, and I was very influenced by this documentary Paris is Burning of these black, queer and Latino men who took poses from the Vogue magazine from white feminine women, and they built Vogue language with these poses. And I was very interested in that technique, which kind of reminded me of when I was young, and I was interested in ballet as a way of being and as a way of dreaming. So I really linked these two things together, and then the whole work kind of exploded into this meditation on my masculinity, kind of wanting to become very feminine. And I suppose I've always been a very feminine male figure, so it just made sense for me to kind of explore this territory. I think there's a very limiting repertoire of the representation of black masculinity, because I think it's very misunderstood in society, and I think it's something that's very marginalized, and I think institutions aren't really sure how to take care of this sense of marginalization. So it's misunderstood because they don't understand the premises of why someone is like that or why someone is acting like that. So it's not, black masculinity is something that cannot be institutionalized, and this is why I think there's a very limiting repertoire of it, because the way that it's been represented so far until recently, it's always represented to be this very macho figure, which is not really the case in my circumstances and in a lot of other black men that I know. So yeah, it's a hybrid of many different things. Like I said, I went to ballet school since I'm 5 years old, so I really became interested in really kind of soft hands, but also I was very interested in this idea of melancholia. You know, watching a lot of old European movies of the representation of white women and how they were kind of represented, and I thought, this would be interesting if I would do it, because somehow on me the representation of it completely shifts perspective and it turns into something completely different. So I really became interested in this sense of melancholia, of kind of being sad or weird or misunderstood, and this is kind of the traces of where the piece is going. Yeah.